second place, theoretically, by the end of the week. So let's see how this goes. Let's take a quick look at the TI. So we'll take a look at the teams on the field. Orc on orc action. This could be bloody, or more likely it's just a big car crash between two trucks and nobody's really going to get hurt. It's just immovable force and whole unmovable object, or however that whole thing goes. I'm sick, but, you know, somebody needs to announce this game, so I'm going to find it somewhere here, and then we're going to watch it together. I may, again, because I'm sick, I may not do complete play-by-plays. I may go silent for a little bit, but having me jump in and comment every once in a while is probably a little more entertaining than Jim and Bob. So as long as I'm better than Jim and Bob, that is my bar. Now, those of you, if there's anybody in the chat and you guys want to jump in here with me, please, please, please let me know. Feel free. I could use a booth partner. Really take the heat off of me. I'm over here blowing my nose in between breaths. So, yeah, let me know.
Welcome back, sportsman.
Here come the girls. The full bless those bouncing.
You may wonder, what the hell is he doing? Well, you know what? I tuned into a match where it had already started, and I don't know about you, but I don't know anything about what went on in the game, and I don't want to miss any exciting Blood Bowl action, so I'm going to back it up, and we're going to watch it from the beginning. This way, we don't have to sit there while coaches make up their minds and figure out what plays they're going to run and all that stuff. We just get to watch the action back to back. It should go pretty quick. I'll speed announce it, and before you know it, we'll be all caught up. A high kick allows the Orcs to get right under the ball, but unfortunately the ball is juggled, and not in a good way, and it's laying on the ground. Orcs on Orcs, and armor is actually broken. Somebody gets knocked out. I can't tell who's hitting who. I think that was Bone Crusher. That was hitting BK. Yep, I was right about that. The pylon is in effect, and the Black Orc is stunned. I'm guessing that the way these Orcs are getting aggressive, I mean, are they setting up for a foul? This is aggressive posturing here, so are they trying to basically make up for the fact that breaking armor is going to be tough here? Oh, so while we've been talking, amidst all the talking, what's this guy, this troll's name, Zul'jin? Zul'jin starts looking around, confused, up in the sky. I think he sees a bird up there. He points at it, he says, "Bird!" Unfortunately, he forgets that there's action going on around him, and his teammates just trying to carry on without him. The Orc's setting up a nice little screen. This is the mark, to me, of a coach that knows what he's doing. When you've got a team like Orcs, a lot of like rookie coaches, and it's, I'm not knocking the practice. If you really want to be, you know, sure that you're not getting hit, blindsided, that you haven't left anything open, cage, right? The standard Blood Bowl cage, you put a guy here, I'm going to talk like John Madden, you put a guy here, then here, then here, then here. They can't really touch you, they can't get in there. Most teams won't be able to unless you got special skills. But when you're comfortable with your positioning, you do a screen, which is basically he has put some guys in kind of a wall, an impenetrable wall here, and he knows that the other side just doesn't have the movement to get to his player. Now, if you don't really know what you're doing, this kind of thing could backfire on you. I suggest my personal favorite teaching tool for positioning is there's a book called 1,000 Losses. It's called that because the author said he took him 1,000 losses before he got good at Blood Bowl. Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. You learn a lot in this game. Very few people probably pick this game up and are just awesome at it. Took me a while to get decent at it, and that was through actually a lot of announcing games and watching what other people did, and just a lot of it was also getting my ass kicked. So if this kind of, if you're not grasping some of the concepts of Blood Bowl, don't worry, you're not alone. It doesn't just come naturally to everybody, but you watch enough of these games, and you know, you'll start to pick stuff up, and you know, I feel like as an announcer, I'll try to point some things out for you. If anybody has any questions in the chat, you can go ahead and throw them out there. So just continuing, yeah, a lot of times, like I said before, people think orc on orc action is going to be this super bash fest. It's going to be real bloody. I mean, orcs are built to hit. They're also built to take hits, though. So AV9 on AV9 generally produces a lot of knocking down, but ooh, not a lot of injuries. Surprised we even have a knockout so far. A little push from Rockmar. And another green on green crime right here. Butterfield gets knocked down. And you have to think that BK's in trouble. Now the Astral Granite here on the pitch basically turns the armor. It knocks down to -1 against the armor. You shoot the armor as one lower on whoever it is that falls on this pitch. Alright, so you got a higher chance of breaking your armor if you go for it and fail and fall down on this hard Astral Granite. It's very unforgiving. Orcs, again, with AV9, though, basically it's turning the armor into AV8. And AV8 is pretty decent, so you'll see them go for it sometimes when they need to without being too worried about causing a serious injury. Little push over there, little push action. Another big blue arrow. This right now is just a positioning battle. One coach trying to find a little, testing the corners, testing whether there were weaknesses in the defense, and the other coach just kind of standing firm in a sense and trying to not give anything up. Another successful block does not yield any kind of injury. And the troll finally wakes up, decides to stop looking up at the sky. He's going to come over and become a part of this thing. Another push. And a little extra training this week from the bus driver working the heavy bag. Looked like he was going to knock him, get countered on that one and hit the deck, but he managed to adjust his swing mid-flight, and he's okay. Look at that. Again, the defense sealing off the corners. This is good positioning play for both of these coaches so far. Just like that. Now the defense starts to get a little aggressive. Oh, the one-die block! Knuffle says no, punishes him with the double skulls. And the turn is over just like that. But has the defense maintained enough of a fortified position to hold off this offense? They're going to be without Chief for the rest of the match, who just got injured with that uppercut. And here comes the cohort. Is going to knock BK down. BK has been a frequent target of the Stormreavers, I believe. Wait, which one is this? I'm confused. I think it's the Stormreavers with the ball. I don't know. Again, arc on arc action. I'm not quite sure. I believe, yeah, the Stormreavers are offense. Another backhand. And again, the bottom place team in the play pool right now. Although that may not be fair because we're looking at midweek. 2 of the other games have already played. But a team that, no, they're bottom place because they're 0-3. They're definitely at least start of the week. At the bottom. 0-3 giving the 1-2-0 team rather. 0-3 giving the 1-2-0 team a little bit of the business. There you go. The offense is loosened though. The defense reacts. The Green Knightmare says enough is enough. That's my ball and I want it. And they free it up. We'll point out that it looked like a bit of an premature rather break up this side. My attention was a little diverted, so I didn't really pay attention to whether that was a necessary move. But the offense is going to react now with the blitz. They're going to pick up the ball, And they're going to say, no, it's my ball. They're only 2 GFIs away from the touchdown, but they're content where they're at. They're not going to push it. They've got this ball carrier kind of screened off. Now, there's the completed screen. This is nice. I like this. Because if it was just Black Orc on Black Orc, this Orc could push this one out of the way, and then you get a blitz coming up this side, maybe, you know, with a successful dodge from Betsy. But the addition, the movement of this player here to finish the screen off means that the ball carrier is protected, and unless the other side, unless the defense is able to punch a hole in that screen, you could be seeing a stall. Turn 6. So the defense reacting, trying to throw Orcs in that direction to not allow the stall to happen. They want to have at least 2 turns to try to run downfield and tie it up before the half. That's going to help. Urlach is stunned, and single die block, another set of skulls. Nuffle says, no, we've got a turnover, and has the defense done enough to force the score? Got Royk in the chat saying, go Orcs. And hashtag just score. The Stormreavers are on the board. Go Orc beats his chest. Dominance.
Touchdown under their belt. We can finally get this match stopped.
And anybody in the chat who would like to jump in this booth with me, I am feeling a little under the weather and I could really use the company. So anybody who wants to join me, I really appreciate it. I just didn't want these guys having a game with no announcers, and I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to miss a possible highlight. We are putting together the MML's first highlight video for weeks 4 and 5. So all week, I'm really urging people to go out of their way to announce games. Luliz does a great job of making sure that there's maximum coverage. And for those announcers, don't forget, hashtag highlight that. When you see something that you think is worth the highlight reel, call it out, say highlight that, and then just try to write it down somewhere, because then you can DM it to a man in tights, aka Tight Man, aka Tights, and let them know which game it was, who was broadcasting it, and what turn it happened in. The fans going crazy here for the Stormreavers. They are very happy, very happy about that score, and especially because the Stormreavers are sitting at 0 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses to open the season. So they would really like to get a win here, and it's looking for the first time like this might not be a loss. A lot of green-on-green violence here. And you're going to see Big Willie move into place. The Orcs are trying to, I mean, this was a curious, not too bad defense. It's not a horrible idea, but a lot of times defenses, I mean, this looks almost more like a one-turn defense here. You generally don't want to let the other side get within range of the end zone. The one thing that Bam Bam did right over here is definitely get somebody in scoring range. So that's going to stay that way. Gids is in scoring range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He only needs 1 GFI to get there. It's like he planned it. This was deliberate. You know, he thought even if they knock me backwards, as long as I'm still on my feet, it'll only be 2 GFIs. So, unfortunately, I bet you he would like to get more people downfield. Normally, it's a good idea to get more people downfield and then try to surround them with people blocking them so that the defense can't do this. That being said, it is possible. It is not impossible. I'm surprised the blitz is used there. This is the Orcs giving up, basically, in my opinion. Maybe not. What I'm expecting here is, oh, look at that, a KO from a foul. And more is sent off. The referee says, none of that, not in my house. No Orc on Orc crime. Get off the pitch. That's the half. Stormreavers 1, the Green Knightmare 0. Will the Stormreavers get their first non-loss for the season? The saga continues.
All the knockout players are back on the field.
Fortunately, gotta keep setting up small, not losing. Strike back will be terrible.
Just while they're setting up, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Excuse me. I'm real sick, but the show must go on. Alright, so I just typed tests into the chat. I know I'm being auto-hosted by a couple of other Twitch chats, and I wanted to see if I type something in the chat for the person that's auto-hosting me, does that also come up on my Twitch? It looks like no. So, excuse me. I'll mute next time I do that. So if you were watching this basically on the auto host of another Twitch, I encourage you to, if you want to chat, jump directly into my Twitch. I mean, stats-wise, it doesn't matter. I think I still get credit, whatever that means, for Twitch viewers. Not that I care. But as far as viewer numbers, I care about your presence, obviously. But if you want to talk, if you want to yuck it up and put something into the chat, it's better if you go through the chat on my channel, Serious Jests, all one word, and let your voice be heard. Yeah, Stevie, I was just watching that Weeping Widow's Widowmaker's match, and you know, every time I watch Nurgle, yeah, it takes a toll on the old immune system, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm following a good, a tried and tested method of my British friends, and participating in what I like to call, what you guys like to call, a cuppa.
Together.
Little attack on the troll there. Big Willie goes down. Big Willie style.
He's coming to help his buddy.
Oh, Blitz, the Nuffle is in full effect with these double skulls today. And get out your surfboards, because if Gids doesn't do something fast next turn, he is going to be taking a trip into the stands. And I'm going to switch camera views. Although then it gets confusing which orc is which. Man, this is, this two teams very similar looking. Tripperists would tell me that's racist. And, Boyd is just patiently awaiting the other side's moves to finish so he can start thinking about moving down the field. The Green Knightmare wouldn't be devastated by a tie. They'd still come out of this with 1 win and 3 ties, so they'd be undefeated, technically. A win would obviously be much better, would catapult them up to real contention for the Claypool lead, or second place, but just kind of see how it plays out. This is everything that you would expect from an orc battle so far. There's a lot of hits, but not a lot of armor breaks. A lot of stupid trolls. Big Willie, while on the ground, he was about to get up, and he saw something carved into the astro granite, and he says, Joni loves Chachi, and he starts reading it, and now he's obsessed with whoever carved something into that astro granite, and he's not getting up. Now he's licking the ground. He's licking the ground. Boy, that troll is stupid. So, teammate's gonna have to do something without him. Just Stevie's underwhelmed at my announcing. Thanks a lot. Why don't you jump in the booth with me? Help a brother out. Oh, an attack on the troll. And Simpson trolls the troll. Oh, yeah, this is a precarious situation for one of our players here. I'm looking right there. Alone and unafraid. Oh man, kids. Yikes. The ball carrier moves up. Screen is established. Join me in the booth, Stevie. Come on. Get up in here. It's been a while since we chatted. Get in here. Help me call this bashy action. You know you like bash. You know you like it. The only thing more exciting to you than this game is dwarves going at each other and beating the piss out of each other. And yeah, that leaves only BK to go. What a swift and agile move. My man right there, Gids, would not be denied, or would not be. He said nobody puts Gids in the corner, and he decided he was going to take the middle of the field and become a scoring threat. Could we be seeing the Orcs pass for a touchdown? And I gotta go AFK for a second.
More the merrier. Look up. Intimidation is the key. Strikes behind us. Whoa. Smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
Back. Yeah, well, in the future, Stevie, we gotta get you back in this booth. Or in the booth. I don't think you've actually announced the match. Maybe you have a while back. It looks like I haven't missed much. A lot of posturing going on. This is starting to look like it has the makings of a tie. I had to run downstairs even though I'm sick. I ordered some food, including some soup. Hopefully it'll make me feel better. The delivery guy came and gave me my food. I said, thank you. Have a happy Blood Bowl Friday. He looked at me confused. I feel like sometimes people don't get me. Mitten gets up and wants to come over. He sees his teammate Simpson talking some smack, and he's back there also antagonizing the situation. So, yeah, what he said! Little overhand left. And Urlok is going to fall backwards, knock his head on the Astro Granite, and he's senseless for the next couple turns. So, am I still coming in and out of mute? Can you guys hear me okay? And, ooh, the troll gets a little bit of the business too. That's Zul'jin. He spent a lot of time on his back. And if Harry were in the booth with me, he would say, did you spend a lot of time on your back in college? Smart play. Use block on non-block. Took care of the guard here. And the question is, will Bedsy risk the 1-die block on Bus Driver? Again, this is a pretty decent probability of success because Bedsy's got block and Bus Driver does not. I like the names, by the way, for the home team. Let's go with that because the name's not up on the screen again. These players, some of them got cool names. I like the Bus Driver. Again, anybody else out there in the chat that wants to jump in and help me out, especially because I just got a delivery of food, so I'd like to mute every once in a while and take a bite. I'm sick, you gotta feed it cold. Here comes the blitz, and here comes the boom. Doom lets Joey have it. Whoa! And some people, normally this is a dangerous position here because this player, one of these players, can get pushed toward the sideline and surf for the blitz, but Colombian Bam Bam is savvy enough to know that basically in order for that to work, there'd have to be a red die block and then a single die blitz afterwards, and that's just kind of probably not worth taking the chance. In the meantime, Boyd is moved up and looking around, looking for the possibility of whether there's a quick strike offense possibility, maybe tie up this game, kick it off, take it back. What is the stadium enhancement here? Gonna take a look at that. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I'm sick. What is the stadium enhancement on this gray field? It's Astro Granite. I just didn't recognize that little red icon at the top. Is that the sun? No, weather's nice. Okay, it's not sunny. It's not too sunny, rather. Ooh, yeah. And Cohort says, yeah, I'm here for the gangbang. And Gid's like, no, it's not that kind of party, pal. But then Drax Silva whatever, says, oh, I beg to differ. It is that kind of party. My name is Chuck. My name is Chork. And I'm here to fork. I'm going to, just a sec, I'll be right back.
About to get punched above and below the belt at the same time. Unity is strength.
Risks the pylon there, but that AV9 holds up. Looks like the Stormreavers are trying to put their opponents in the corner. The saga continues. How will the defense respond? Again, just this is very good positioning. These coaches are relatively new to the MML, in the sense that they have relatively new to the MML compared to like our pro coaches or whatever. But they're showing definite knowledge of the game. Positioning. Bam Bam here running an orc screen, not relying on a cage. But sometimes it is time to cage. This appears to be one of those times. You see that? Curious dodge attempt by the troll. Could be possible that Bam Bam didn't see that. Luckily the cage was set up first. Who's this troll actually? Big Willie.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sapling. Nothing must be holding him up.
Lee is going to give Gibbs a little shove. Show him he means business. Reavers are pressuring this cage.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Should be good.
At least they have teammates around.
It's is flailing. He's following up, hoping to get the knockdown next time.
Boozy gets pushed back. Another name that's funny, I like that. Defense is going to run a safety back. Cohort to make sure they don't get outrun. Gunnar playing good defense here. Seems to have stumped Bam Bam. Furiously drawing on a clipboard and trying to draw up a play for his orcs to respond. Time is running out.
attacker has an assist. Gathering around that lone player, like halflings round the hat.
Man, they've been putting Zulin down all day long. His ability to guard is particularly disruptive, so I can see why.
Twinkle toes there.
Yeah, Rand says orc on orc action, definitely. There is some danger here. As you can see, Bam Bam has not relied on a cage for most of the match. But the one he's got now is leaving one side of it in contact. So, a successful block from a black orc right there. Talking about that block from here to here. Gonna open it up for a subsequent blitz. See again, Bam Bam furiously scribbling in this clipboard, signaling the plays in.
The attacker has an assist.
Sorry, not Bam Bam, it's Gooner. Let's do that rather. Trying to get the defense to stop this cage, don't let it advance, and even potentially get a hit on this ball carrier. Now, if they can knock Bedseat down, even then, well, maybe. They've been unable to knock Gids down. They're going to have to knock Gids down, basically, to get access to the ball carrier. In any case, they're in a good position because the cage does not look like it's going to advance. Okay, so the blitz is used there. There won't be a shot on the ball carrier probably this turn. Sometimes you got to be patient. I'm just going to mark up BK. Silva, Gold, I think is going to attack Butterfield. Silvagob, the second. Something happened to the first, or is he just happens to be a junior? If you're just tuning in, you are joining us for MML action on Blood Bowl Friday. Safety runs back. This is just pretty solid. I mean, they're not. This is what I thought it would be. Orc on orc is usually this. There's a lot of blocks, but there's not a lot of injuries normally because 89 on 89. Am I right? But all right. Colombian Bam Bam well aware now that the odds of him pulling out of this with a win are quickly dwindling, and he's starting to worry more about, like, I am wondering, is he going to be able to get in the end zone at all and tie this up? Could we be looking at the Reavers' first win of the season?
Unity is strength.
That's a successful pow. Pow. Fuck. Nice little uppercut. Doesn't break the armor, but it sends a message. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Cry of the goblin. He's yelling at his team, urging them on to push forward. Time becoming a real factor here. They don't need to be in scoring position this turn, but it would help. And they're going to take a step back. Think about it. After all, the ball is in the hands of a thrower, so.
Hey, I can sing. Did you know that?
One die block.
No need to be like that.
First was gonna be unsuccessful, but a little extra training came in useful this week, and that's why you stay after hours and get them extra reps and practicing. Because when the game rolls around, it makes a big difference.
To be decisive.
Oh, troll on troll action. Zul'jin is tired of getting pushed around. He's going to let Big Willie have a little bit of the business right there. Now we are in crunch time. I'm sure the Reavers know that their opponents are going to have to make a push to get into scoring position. They would like to move this cage a decent distance, but basically turn 14 is where the Reavers can really set themselves up for success here. Bogooners Orcs have their first victory of the season. This is a tie. This is already an improvement on the way the rest of the season has gone so far. They've come in with 3 losses. They're playing a very capable team here who has 1 win and 2 draws so far. And from what I've observed, both of these coaches are pretty good. This is it's been solid positioning so far. Defense pushing the cage back, and that's really what they're just trying to do. They're trying to become a real nuisance, and mission accomplished. The bus driver knocking back Betsy. Time to look tough. I mean, this is starting to look like Bam Bam's Orcs might have to make a desperation play if this keeps up this way. Again, they got to get at least one person in scoring range. I think he knows that, as we saw from the end of the first half. This is how he plans to do it. Oh, the push is just not going to be enough. It does kind of collapse the offense in on itself. It's a problem. This is a positioning problem. Silvergod again. Coming through in the clutch, knocks Butterfield down. And this time the Black Orc retaliates on the opposing troll. Big Willie is knocked away from his teammates and is laying on the ground. And, you know, you don't want to let your trolls get isolated like that. They start to, when they have too much time to themselves, they start thinking, and you know how that goes. Little thing right there called really stupid. Alright, this is it. Turn 15. Orcs need to get somebody in scoring position or this game is over. This isn't promising. This isn't promising. How is this going to happen? You see Coach Bam Bam furiously scribbling in his notebook. Writing something down. He's crafting out the perfect play. A minute has ticked off the clock and nobody has been moved.
Bit of a lull. What are you up
This
to?
master play better be worth it. And we have the first movement. The guard, blitzer. Betsy is going to get up. Got a tackle zone on Cumbork. And they have managed to knock down a guard lineman. Oh, and injure that lineman. Lineman will have a pinched nerve. We'll miss the next game. Unless the apothecary comes out.
Well, at least they're not dead.
And,
Yeah.
looks like Gunner's not going to tempt fate. He's just going to take that one. Just in case something crazy happens in turn 16 or in the rest of this team. He's looking at injury. Or the rest of his turn, rather. The thing is here, he's got a couple of blitzers that if they could manage to stand up. So go well. So his thrower moves back toward that. Toward midfield. It looks like he's coming around to reset. This is interesting. Very interesting. The thrower's going to stop where he is. And that hurts. Big Willie, not having a teammate around to tell him what to do, starts to think about the meaning of life. How many bones has he eaten today? How many squid sandwiches can he fit in his mouth at once? Oh, this is a failed dodge, and that is probably going to do it. He doesn't use the reroll, which is, to me, curious, because he's got nobody really in scoring range other than this guy that's about to get surfed right here, Joey. Whoa! He's gone into the crowd. Goodbye. And, talk about your coach setting you up for failure. Joey is killed. The crowd stomps on his head repeatedly, on his neck, all over his body. The apothecary comes out and is able to resuscitate him. But, I mean, he comes out of it with only a broken arm. So after a bunch of CPR and mouth-to-mouth, the player is saved. And I think this match is over. Maybe not. Maybe not. Blitz coming onto the ball carrier. Those are the other teams. Unlikely, though. Very, very, very unlikely. You never know. Hey, what's up, DK? DK in the chat. A guy I personally recruited to the MML, who He's been making a good reputation for himself. More tackle zones on the ball, making it even more difficult. And that's going to do it. That was the last remaining hope for Bam Bam to get downfield. And now with Goods on the ground, it looks like Bam Bam's going to take his first loss. The Green Knightmare's taking their first loss. And the Reavers not only getting their first non-loss, but it's going to be their first win. This is a W. First win of the season. And this is just cleanup duty here. SPP fest about to happen, or a little SPP farming rather. Don't see the point of that. I mean, there's one thing that could happen, theoretically. I don't even think you could throw him that far. Yeah, he might. I mean, yeah, actually, it could happen. Nope, and there he goes. He's just done it. Now it's done.
You need to be close.
Done deal.
Smell your breath and see the dead insects in your food.
I was thinking another possible play here. This is why orcs have so many ways to do things, right? Theoretically, you could have found a way you could stood Big William. They got this goblin. Somebody knows to use the stunty skills to get over here somewhere. Pick the troll up. Or you could dodge the thrower out, giving it to the goblin somewhere around here. You run the troll out, he picks the goblin up, throws him up into the end zone. And we got a tie match, but Bam Bam said, no, I'm just going to break things. Break things! That's what orcs do! Ready? Break things! That's how they come out of the huddle. Farming SPP at this point. Oh, you down with SPP? Yeah, you know. No, unsuccessful. You throw like a girl. This match is over. Anybody is familiar with the answer to this question? Last season, when Dionysus, aka Dion, was the coach of the the Stalkers, the Death Knight Stalkers, was in the Challenge League with the Stalkers. He started keeping CL stats, individual stats. I want to know if anybody has picked up the mantle this season now that he's been promoted to the pros. Is anyone keeping Challenge League stats or records? Let's get some final posturing here in the bottom of turn 16.
Come on, guys. Team sport.
Ooh, and Milton is injured. Oh, little final cheap shot on that goblin.
They're going to spend time on the bench.
He's going to be badly hurt, and we won't see the T16 foul. Looks like these orcs shake hands afterwards, and only 5 armor breaks and 6 armor breaks, respectively, between the Reavers and the Knightmare. Again, what we expected. A lot of blocks, 57 blocks to 40 blocks, but not a lot of armor breaks. The AV9 held up. Not a lot of KOs, not a lot of injuries. Solid game, solid positioning, not terribly exciting, but what is exciting, the Reavers getting their first win. So congratulations.
Bit local by playing matches with nearby opponents.
I didn't mean to click that.
Or you can select a coach to play against from anywhere in the world. Yes.
My first pro team, TMNL, so still on the farm, but let's take a quick look at the conference outlook now. So that's done. We saw 1-1 between the Plague Ridden Cowboys and the Roosters Impact. The Magritte Misfits over the Langford Stoutheads, and this is what it looks like. So the only two teams left to play are Dino Rock and the Grandiose Gladiators in this play pool. So you could see Dino Rock move up the standings with the win, or the Grandiose Gladiators. Both of them could do themselves a big favor. And you see the Stormreavers will not be in last place at the conclusion of this week. With their first win, they're going to leapfrog the Roosters Impact. Sorry, DK, you have to fight harder, man. And alright, you have this is another MML production on Blood Bowl Friday. Check us out, mmlpro.com. Learn more about the teams, learn more about the MML in general, learn more about life and yourself. Also, learn how to join the MML. And, yep, it lasts for now, DK, but don't worry. There's still 3 games left, so you can do a little something. Make your move. Let's take a look at that leaderboard again. I mean, really, if you finish the season with 3 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss, that's a pretty good record. So, how about that late season push for the Roosters Impact? Alright, everybody, thanks for joining me. Good luck to everyone with your teams, including you, DK. Thank you to everybody who joined me in the chat. Excuse me being sick, and I am out.